This morning, when the autumn mist was still slightly cold, sitting sipping a black coffee on the back porch, I suddenly remembered Susan. My neighbor friend had teary eyes telling about the feeling of emptiness when waking up, seeing strands of hair scattered on the silk pillow. Hello, friend. I am Alan. If you are also at the threshold of 50, always trying to eat really healthy, carefully preparing every meal for the family, but every time you stroke your hair, you feel heartbroken seeing youth seeming to slip away from your fingers, then trust me, you are not alone at all. But have you ever suspected that the giant jar of peanut butter you just quickly picked up at Costco last weekend to make breakfast for your grandchild is actually the hidden culprit silently exhausting your hair? That's an unexpected truth right in your kitchen cabinet. Please stay with me until the last minutes of this conversation, because right after this, we will together clean up the kitchen cabinet, and I will show you the tiny secrets but full of hope to awaken each hair follicle, helping you find back the bouncy hair and radiant smile every morning looking in the mirror. A few weeks after the autumn morning, boldly by the coffee cup with the story about Susan's peanut butter jar, I had the chance to stop by the golf club in the suburbs to wait for a friend. At that moment, I accidentally saw Barbara, a 62-year-old woman extremely elegant, sitting resting on the stone bench row. In her hand was an expensive bag of salted roasted macadamia nuts. Barbara gently stroked the dry, frizzy locks at the hair ends, her eyes flashing a sad look. She confided to me that lately her legs often feel weak and limp, no longer steady to carry light bags like before, and the bouncy hair of old now breaks heartbreakingly. After deciding to clean the peanut butter jars out of the kitchen, perhaps you also thought like Barbara, so I'll switch to snacking on more premium, expensive nuts, surely it will be safe and healthy. It's really strange that sometimes the most glamorous things accidentally take away our vitality. Do you agree? Do you know why a handful of fragrant fatty macadamia nuts can make our figure change quickly, while the tiny hair follicles still starve? The truth lies in their natural structure. Macadamia nuts contain up to 75% of calories from fat, but are extremely poor in protein and fiber. At this second radiant youth age, your body really needs protein. Without enough protein, muscle blocks will struggle to regenerate and recover, making legs weaker and more prone to falling. Most importantly, your hair follicles need protein to synthesize keratin, the protective membrane that helps regenerate each shiny hair strand. When the body is forced to prioritize the scarce protein for other essential activities, your beloved hair has to yield and gradually lose vitality. The good news is we can completely love and nurture our hair back by choosing the right companions in the kitchen. The nutrient deficiency from macadamia nuts is one thing, but in the next part, we will together explore a tiny, neat secret in the palm of your hand, accidentally depleting the pure oxygen stream nurturing each of your hair follicles. This discovery will surely open a new door of hope full of surprises. Before we together step to the next interesting story, please press the subscribe button to the channel right below so that you and I can continue to sit back, sip a cup of coffee, and share secrets to care for a more radiant self every day. The nutrient deficiency making hair thinner, as we just talked about, is really regrettable. But what would you think if I reveal that there is a type of nut even silently taking away each breath of your hair? I still remember the faint almond scent from the batches of deliciously baked cookies on Thanksgiving. That flavor is really warm and familiar. But on a leisurely afternoon while cleaning tree roots in the yard, Linda, my 55-year-old neighbor friend, confided a story that made me think forever. Linda is originally very health conscious. She often searches to buy products labeled 100% natural herbs online because she believes they will help maintain youth. But lately, she often feels foggy-headed, dizzy, and extremely heartbroken seeing patches of hair continuously falling scattered on the comb. Linda has done everything very properly, always choosing organic food. Why does the hair keep weakening? We together reviewed her dry goods cabinet and found an unexpected truth. The problem lies in the bag of bitter almonds, which are often sold under the label of apricot kernels on websites. Please be careful, don't confuse the sweet, safe almonds in supermarkets with this bitter, astringent type. Bitter almonds contain a natural compound that, when eaten raw, the body will metabolize them into a substance that directly hinders the process of cells using oxygen. You know, each of our hair follicles is like a tiny sprout, really needing to breathe abundant oxygen from the blood to grow strongly. When cells are interrupted from the oxygen source, the hair will be tired, stop growing, and fall out, while making your body feel nauseous, dizzy. But don't worry too soon. As long as we are alert to identify and remove this nut from the shopping cart, the hair will soon find back its breath and inherent radiant volume. And after helping the hair strands breathe normally again, I want to lead you to the next cabinet shelf to see another tiny nut, which has the ability to completely ruin the taste of your weekend BBQ party. Last Saturday afternoon, when cleaning the porch after a long day, I suddenly thought we did very well in removing the oxygen-robbing nut from hair. But imagine this, you taste your favorite pesto sauce Italian pasta, but lingering on the tongue is only a bitter metallic taste lasting for many weeks. Have you ever heard of the strange syndrome that turns the most delicious food bland? That's exactly what Nancy, my 60-year-old friend at the end of the street, went through. Nancy cheerfully mixed pine nuts into the delicious salad for the family BBQ party in the garden. But deep down, she felt empty. The appetite disappeared. Every time combing hair, Nancy heartbrokenly saw the bouncy hair thinning gradually. She often stood hesitantly in front of the medicine cabinet, looking at the familiar 60-year-old blood pressure medicine bottles, wondering what her body really craves. The hidden truth lies in that tiny pine nut sprinkled on the salad plate. They contain a natural compound that can accidentally change the way your body processes daily medications like blood pressure or lipid drugs. Moreover, the lingering metallic aftertaste makes you lose appetite, lose weight. When the body lacks nutrition, your precious hair will yield energy to other organs, making hair strands stop growing and gradually fade vitality. But you can completely rest assured, your hair always keeps a strong, latent vitality. Gently replace this nut, you will regain a wonderful appetite so that the abundant nutrition flow nourishes each hair follicle. Regaining the joy of eating is very important, but do you know which crunchy snack is silently taking away minerals from your own skeleton? When watering the rose bushes on the front porch yesterday afternoon, I realized the unexpected truth about cashews, and we will explore it right now. The bland feeling from the previous pine nuts makes hair lack vitality, but there are types of nuts that even when snacked give a delicious feeling, but are silently taking away precious minerals from the body. Age sometimes is like a silent guest coming. It's regrettable when we accidentally invite more troubles into the house every day. Yesterday afternoon, while leisurely watering the vibrant rose cluster in the front yard, I chatted with Betty. The 65-year-old sister, while eating crunchy cashews, let out a sigh. Betty kept worrying after the periodic Medicare checkup because bone density decreased, and heartbrokenly looking at the thin, sparse hair. Why does this snack make the risk of kidney stones skyrocket on dry days when you are busy forgetting to drink water? That's because cashews contain extremely much oxalate. This substance, when entering the intestine, will tightly bind with calcium, preventing your body from absorbing this wonderful nutrient. Bones lacking calcium will become brittle, hair also loses solid structure. The quite high starch amount in cashews also easily makes blood sugar rise, affecting the tiny micro blood vessels carrying nutrition flow to nourish your scalp. Are you curious how to both keep the skeleton solid and revive the sleeping hair follicles? Don't worry, we always have solutions. You just need to change a few small habits. Instead of eating cashews, drink more filtered water and choose friendlier foods. You can completely regain confidence with a light body and bouncy hair. If this helped, comment, I'm ready for healthier hair. Jachung ta chung hao ko gang hey. Now, when cleaning up the obstacles in the kitchen cabinet cleanly, it's time to open new hope. Let's together step to the next part, to explore two tiny natural diamonds capable of awakening the thyroid gland and inviting each fine hair follicle to grow up. A few weeks after cleaning the kitchen cabinet cleanly and saying goodbye to unsuitable nuts, I saw Patricia, the 54-year-old friend in the next street row, walking her golden retriever dog with a radiant smile. Our body always has an invisible conductor right in the neck area. That's the thyroid gland. When this conductor works rhythmically, the figure will shine brightly. But when the thyroid is tired, your hair will be the first place to call out. So what miracle will happen if you give that conductor exactly 2 diamonds every morning? That's Brazil nuts, the small gift with wonderful power. Patricia once confided to me about the feeling of self-pity when looking in the mirror, carefully stroking the sparse hair strands around the forehead. Then she started changing. She only chopped exactly 2 raw original Brazil nuts, sprinkled on the yogurt bowl, adding a few juicy berries for breakfast. Why only need 1 to 2 nuts? Because Brazil nuts are the most abundant natural source of selenium. This selenium is like a silent protector, helping nurture the thyroid function extremely effectively. When the thyroid is fully charged with energy, it will transmit strong signals to awaken the sleeping hair follicles. For Patricia, happiness burst when realizing the body is fuller of vitality, and the fuzzy fine hair strands have really grown back. Are you ready to give yourself the chance to find back your bouncy, youthful hair? This bright discovery is only the first piece. Because when the thyroid is completely healthy to promote the living follicles, we will need a smooth irrigation system to bring the full oxygen nutrient stream to nourish deep inside the dry scalp layer. The secret of clearing the abundant blood flow nurturing hair follicles is the next part. When the thyroid has awakened to grow new hair follicles, your body will need a perfect water conduction system to bring nutrients to the top of the head. Mother Nature always hides wonderful implications everywhere. Have you ever wondered why walnuts have those wrinkles and shape exactly like a miniature brain? This random coincidence is actually a magical suggestion dedicated to women in their 50s. A few weeks ago, when strolling past Mary's sunny porch, I saw her leisurely flipping through a magazine next to a familiar walnut mixed salad plate. At 68 years old, Mary once shared a secret worry that perhaps many sisters understand: the feeling of emptiness when fumbling to find the car key bunch, along with the scalp always in dry, itchy, tight condition. But now, she radiantly shows that those foggy worries have receded, giving way to lightness and much softer, shinier hair. The secret lies entirely in walnuts. Discovering the mysterious bridge bringing abundant blood flow to nourish both memory and your withering hair follicles will surely bring overflowing hope. Walnuts contain a treasure named ALA, a pure plant omega-3 form, combined with extremely gentle polyphenols. They gently soothe the nervous system, help alleviate fatigue, nurture neurons, and bring absolute clarity to the brain. More interestingly, arginine in this nut helps the tiny micro blood vessels expand, creating a flow carrying abundant oxygen to nourish the scalp. When each of your tiny hair follicles breathes fully, they will happily grow extremely strongly. The brain is clear, the blood circulates, bringing life sap to soak each fine hair strand. The next step is to build a solid skeleton frame. Recalling yesterday afternoon, when I saw Sarah, the 59-year-old neighbor, smiling radiantly, loading things onto the RV, preparing for the cross-state trip, I realized a wonderful thing. Good blood circulation to the scalp thanks to walnuts is very important, but to truly enjoy freedom, you need a solid skeleton and really deep sleep. Sarah waved goodbye, carrying a bag of sweet almonds. She confided that since snacking on this nut, the sleepless nights staring at the ceiling have completely disappeared. Sweet almonds are abundant in calcium and magnesium. This mineral duo is like a warm hug, gently soothing the nervous system, leading you into deep, dreamless sleep. When you sleep well, the bone structure is protected, and of course, your hair also has enough time to recover, stop breaking. Are you ready to wake up with a feather-light body full of energy? Along with almonds, Sarah also carried a tray of roasted chestnuts. The warm, rich aroma of chestnuts often reminds of winter nights with family gathered. But have you ever suspected that this familiar holiday season nut contains a wonderful secret capable of pumping full vitality to your hair? Indeed, chestnuts are very low in fat, yet contain an abundant vitamin C source rare in the nut world. This is the golden key, helping the body self-synthesize anti-inflammatory collagen. Thanks to natural collagen, each of your hair follicles will be carefully nurtured from deep inside to gradually become soft, strong, and bouncier than ever. Dark circles around eyes fade, messy breaking hair also stops, returning to you the radiant beauty of maturity. If you like, comment "great hair," and if the video is helpful even a little, please like this video. To let the 50s years pass most radiantly, we need one more perfect final piece. Let's step forward with me. A few weeks after hearing Sarah radiantly tell about the cross-state road trip with deep, silent sleeps thanks to sweet almonds, the air around the neighborhood seems to start getting colder. You know, on evenings when the temperature drops low like this, the cheerful crackling firewood sound and the warm, rich aroma of roasted chestnuts always remind me of winter nights gathered by the family fireplace. The day before, when I stopped by Dorothy's house, a very lovely 63-year-old neighbor sister, her small kitchen was filled with cinnamon scent and delicious roasted chestnut aroma. Dorothy smiled, inviting me a cup of tea, her hands gently stroking the soft, shiny hair folds. She confided that she is feeling happier and more confident than ever. No more dry, frizzy hair lacking vitality. Her hair now is bouncy and healthy, just like the radiant winters of old youth. Do you wonder where Dorothy's secret lies? Who could suspect that this tiny nut carrying the warm holiday season atmosphere hides an incredibly magical ability to pump youthfulness to skin and hair? It's wonderful when Mother Nature gifts us chestnuts, a completely different exception. Unlike most other nuts in the kitchen cabinet, chestnuts contain very little fat but are extremely abundant in complex carbohydrates and fiber, bringing you a wonderful sustainable energy source. But the real star here is vitamin C. Chestnuts are one of the rare nuts possessing abundant vitamin C. This nutrient is the golden key helping your body self-synthesize collagen naturally. When collagen is filled, not only your muscle blocks are protected, but each hair follicle is also nurtured from deep inside, helping hair strands regenerate strongly, resilient, and glossy. Are you ready to wake up with a light, flexible body along with smooth, soft hair every day? Just add a few roasted chestnuts to salad or snack them by the fireplace. You are personally lighting the fire, nurturing your own vitality. Now, when the hair has been provided enough solid structure and perfect softness to let the 50-plus years pass in the most free and fulfilled way, we just need to find one more final piece. This eye-catching green piece will help you complete your youth picture right after this. A few evenings ago, when walking past Helen's porch, a 61-year-old neighbor sister, I saw her leisurely sitting on the sofa watching late-night TV program, her fingers nimbly peeling the shells of eye-catching green pistachios. The next morning, Helen radiantly showed me that, now standing in front of the mirror every morning is no longer a tired sigh. Stroking the bouncy, soft hair, she feels like fully enjoying the freedom of retirement age, a second youth full of hope. Pistachios are the perfect final piece that I want to give you in this journey. This nut contains abundant potassium, helping balance sodium and maintain healthy blood pressure levels, keeping the blood flow carrying nutrients to the scalp always smooth. Not only that, they also provide lutein and zeaxanthin, protecting bright, healthy eyes so you can freely admire the beautiful world. Even the meticulous action of peeling each pistachio shell layer is also a wonderful exercise, helping keep hand coordination always flexible and skillful. Do you feel the new life silently awakening under each of your hair follicles? Just by tiny changes in the kitchen, replacing unsuitable nuts with 5 wonderful natural friends that we just discovered, you are directly nourishing memory, protecting skeleton, and bringing radiant youth back to hair. In the evening, when sitting relaxing, watching TV with family, which nut do you like snacking most? Please leave a comment below to let me know. I really want to read your shares. I am Alan, the neighbor always here to listen and share with you. Extremely thank you for taking time to sit back, sip a cup of coffee, and accompany me to this very minute. Don't forget to press the subscribe button to the channel and turn on notification bell so we continue to meet in upcoming warm chats. Wish you always radiant, love yourself, and see you again.